Titled simply AB, his autobiography is the tale of a batsman who can hit any ball anywhere. And his wife, Danielle, is excited about his new move.
AB is obviously a very modest and humble guy, but you know him a little bit better than we do. What do you think that this book means to him?
So he probably wouldn't say it, but this book it's very, very special. Very, very special. It's something completely different. I mean, he's a professional sportsman and he wrote a book. I think it's amazing, and I'm more proud of him for this than I have been for any 100 or 150 or anything before this. Yeah, it's very special.
We all know that AB De Villiers was one of the most prolific and best cricketers of all time, but how do you feel he's contributed to South African cricket?
He's probably the most innovative batsman the world has ever seen. He plays shots the world has never seen before. But he's got a zest, he's got a passion, he plays cricket with enthusiasm and love, and that's why he's endeared throughout the world of cricket.
Jonathan got some personal tips on how a man hits 8,000 test runs.
Presenting the straight bat, I like that.
Okay. That's out.
Growing up in Warmbaths, AB excelled at tennis and rugby, but chose cricket. A dynamic keeper, fielder and batsman, after just 16 first-class games, he got his first national call-up at the age of 20.
Oh, he's got it. Was the googly. It was the googly. So we're supposed to be interviewing AB De Villiers, but we ended up playing boardroom cricket instead.
Sorry, guys.
It's his fault. If the producers get angry, it was his idea. He wanted to play.
It is what it is.
Okay, shall we continue till management tells us to stop?
I think we'll do that.
From his test debut, AB was selected in every test played by SA for the next 11 seasons. His book relives them all.
What an incredibly emotional process it must have been to sit down and start writing, going way back to when you were playing cricket in your backyard with your brothers, all the way to where you are now.
That's actually one of the highlights of writing that book, is revisiting some of those memories and actually going to the places. I went back to my hometown, spent a bit of time in our old house, went onto the rugby field where I did the drop goal. I spent a lot of time in India. I visited all the main cities in the last IPL, and all the memories of Graham Smith with the ghost stories and all of that just came back to mind. And that's where I did all the writing. So I wanted to do that specifically because I wanted the book to be as honest and open as possible, a real, genuine story and of my life and my experiences, highs and lows.
2015 against the West Indies, you are smashing the fastest 100 that's ever been hit in one-day internationals. And we're there with you. We're in your mind, in the change room. You're telling us what balls are going to come next, where you want to hit them, what people are saying. It's really incredible to really, from chapter one, be in the action with you.
That's what my life's been like and how I felt as a youngster growing up. It's all been in fifth gear from the word go, and things happening quickly. Two older brothers, always feeling uncomfortable and out of my sorts and having to overperform to sort of just stay in the group and in the mix of things. And that's what the Wanderers were like that day. It was fifth gear stuff from the word go. I stumbled down the stairs, I could hear crowds cheering, and like I felt that like I was sort of in a way meant to entertain crowds. And so that's always where I feel comfortable. The minute I walk out there and it's like, okay.
Which is strange, because you're actually quite you'd never think, down to earth, humble.
Exactly,
you kind of don't like all of that, but I mean, it's your calming place.
In the same breath you say that, but it's always been a boyish kind of show off. I love to entertain, and I found my skill in cricket to do that. I always forgot subjects at school and could never memorize as I wanted to, the science projects and this and the biology and this and that, but the cricket games, for some reason, I remember every single detail of every game I've ever played. So it was nice for me to go into that kind of detail in some of the memorable games that I've had, to really almost talk about what I could smell and the noise and how I could just go into that zone and all of a sudden it's quiet and then it's loud again. And to share that with the people, and I don't think they always know about that and go through that kind of experience of reading that kind of stuff. So I wanted to share that with everyone.
And it makes us appreciate the game so much more now, because now when we're watching you on TV, we know what's going on, we know what's happening in the change rooms and afterwards, and it makes it even more nerve-wracking for us.
Exactly. I don't always feel as good as I did that day at the Wanderers. I more often than not have a lot of doubts and insecurities when I walk out to bat, and being the captain, there's always a lot of pressure and expectation on your shoulders of you've got to play in a way that will make the rest of the team feel like, you know what, we're also ready for this game. Look at our captain. And not only that, there's the whole nation going, that's the national captain. He's expected to play in a certain way.
That was one of the most human parts of the book, was that experience of losing to New Zealand and the press conference afterwards and the tears that were shed. It's all the stuff we don't see. You know, we don't know what you guys are going through.
While you're asking the question, luckily I'm over it, but I got a little knob in my throat again. Just thinking about the whole experience, I always get emotional, and I only dealt with that chapter a good 10 months after the World Cup, just before my press conference, before I went outside. I've got to breathe deeply. My dad came down the tunnel there with my mom, and that's the first time I've ever seen him cry. So, yeah. Pretty emotional.
And all of that pressure is probably nothing compared to being a new dad.
My life changed completely when that little guy came along, and for the better, no doubt about that. It's a good pressure, but I've loved the ride so far, 13 months down the line. It's great to see him grow up, and it's a great privilege and honour to have a little guy around.
I think that's what we love as well. We're seeing AB the family man, you know, we love that side of you. And one of my favorite videos actually is not one of you smashing the ball all over the place or hitting Delstein for 23 and 1 over. It's you sitting on a couch just singing with your wife.
It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart.
You can sing.
I'm musical, but I don't have a very talented voice on me. I play a little bit of guitar, but I love music. I actually have a lot more interest in production and the sound of a song and where harmonies has got to come in. I've got a good ear in a way.
Maak jou drome waar, hy is something on.
Together with singer-songwriter Ozzie De Villiers, he recorded an album of power ballads titled Make Your Dreams Come True, all while setting batting records like the fastest 50, 100 and 150 in one-day internationals.
You've released an album. Not many people who aren't musical have released an album.
I really enjoy that kind of stuff, the writing of it and the arrangement of the song. My wife is really, really good, and I'm hoping to see her do something special with the music in the near future. And those are the kind of things I also want to share with people around the world.
Tips to all the youngsters out there, you know, the AB De Villiers tips for success. If you could name 1 or 2 things that just to stick to and to get to where you are today.
I think as youngsters you idolise people so much and you think, and I also did that, so it's very normal and it's good to have that. Like a John T. Rhodes, I always thought he's untouchable. I mean, he's this godly figure in a way, and it's like, he's got no weaknesses in his life, he's just perfect. And now that I was so fortunate enough to have gotten there myself, I realised that it's okay, you know what, it's fine to be human sometimes and to have weaknesses and areas of insecurity. So my message would be it's okay to stumble across some obstacles sometimes, as long as you just keep learning from your mistakes and remember that your dreams might just be around the corner from coming true.
AB is just 32. What victories still lie in store, we can't wait to see.